What is a family? According to Google, a family is a group of one or two parents and their child or children living together as a unit, all the descendants of a common ancestor, or a group of related things. These definitions do not cover our need of a family, just the structures they typically form. What is the need of a person for a family? The greatest need is to be able to trust the family with your life. In our earliest moments of being alive, before we know anything about the world, we need people we trust with our lives. It really doesn't matter where those people come from, as long as they are loyal to keeping us alive. Saying that a family is only one or two parents is a falsehood as well. There are many people who have more than two parents, and many people will have none. So to define it as one or two is completely irresponsible. The definitions should say one or more caregiver and the people they care for. Since the second definition is for the bloodline or inheritance, the first definition is most certainly as misrepresentation of what a family is. Despite this inaccuracy, we are taught the inaccuracies as the correct expectation of representation of a family. This misdefined understanding of family creates limitations on what family is. As I mentioned before, family has to be people you can trust your life with when we are born. There is absolutely no promise of not being harmed by Simeone. Who shares your genetics? There have been parents who killed the people that trusted them to care for them. There have been those cared for that have killed their caregivers. There have been people who've made a person who have killed each other. Blood is not some magical thing that means you can trust the person who is defined as family. Parenting is not some magical thing that you are capable of because you share the genetics either. The people who choose to be someone another can trust their life with is who family is. You see this in military units, where the chosen loyalty creates family bonds. Family is the active choice to care about the lives of others. If you choose not to care about another person, them having the same genetics as you, does not magically make that choice not happen. We do not own an entitled right to be cared about by other people because they share our genetics. As a person, we have the right to be cared for and not neglected. Limiting defined families to share genetics can create dangerous situations that risk and harm lives. It creates a cage of concept of acceptability, stereotypes that superficially give authority to the incorrect parts of the definition. I am about 99% certain that this is to force people into a systematic design of living that supports hierarchical power structures and gains. It forces people to fear trusting their life with people outside of the genetic pool they came from. Odds are that the people in the family are the people who harm you the most in your lifetime. Many people grow up as if they're an extension of the desires of the genetic donors. They grow up as property of the donors, not as a person they chose to be loyal to, but a person owned to be loyal to the genetic donors. No person was ever born owned. Ownership is something created to organize our societies, which are also created. On average, a birth parent is going to care about the life of a child. Most people are not psychopaths who think they have power or ownership over other people, but there are still many people like that out there. When we define family as we do, it traps innocent people in the clutches of cruel people. We need to stop allowing this to happen just because a flawed understanding is the standard of expectations. Family is much bigger than the nuclear family concept. Family is humanity's greatest advantage to continued survival, especially when it is done in my understanding of family being people you can trust your life with. We need to stop boxing in the potential of humanity with bad definitions and expectations of what being a human in the world is. to add to your knowledge is to live. Every single day we live, we learn something new. From the weather to the time, we live every single moment as something new to our experience. It is time we start seeing that family is so much more than limitations of the nuclear family. Family is a choice, a responsibility, an honor to be a part of. Family has never been something forced, because love is not bought, sold, or demanded. The conservative views on families seem to be an excuse to exclude family from its greatest potential. In its design, it does not foster human life. It fosters ownership of property. Who was born owned? People are not property. It does not help us that many who support such things are ignorant of the truth, because they are following flawed definitions as family gives us on Google. We can all hope they wake up to the truth someday, so they can stop needlessly harming innocent people with their misunderstandings about life and living. Loyalty is not bought, love is not bought, integrity is not bought, honor is not bought, and family is not bought either. Family is a choice as an adult and a need as a child. We all need to stop limiting what a family is with shallow definitions that do not encompass the subject. Once we start fostering actual family in our societies, humanity will only gain wealth, health, and potential. We need to celebrate everyone who chooses to be there for the life of others, without limitations. Do not let a misinformed definition define you. Who can you trust with your life? And more importantly, who can trust you with theirs?